globalization has seriously messed up with modern dating. Can you imagine that over 300 years ago, there was no plane, no train. Technological advancement was almost zero. So people had no other choice than finding their mate within their village. Yet, most adults were married and happily married. Indeed, figures from 2023 show that 50% of adults are single, and from 50 to 73% of marriages divorce. That's astronomical. So, modern dating has a real issue. Today you could find love on the other side of the world from one swipe, but we have never experienced such poor love life with the risk of ending alone. So today, I'd like to discuss that, and in particular, why it sucks being mixed-race or multicultural. If I take my own example, both of my parents come from Madagascar, so I am Malagasy. And I grew up in a different country, France, which makes me bicultural. I like to say that I have Malagasy heart because I love traditions, and I have inherited values or traits of character like humility, extreme humility, and family. And on the other side, I would say that I have a very Western brain. I have high-level education, a master's degree in science, which makes me think very logically, and I can be very businesslike, which contrasts with the chill, slow-down lifestyle of Madagascar. And about everything cultural, like my musical tastes, readings, fashion, it all comes from the West. And so one would say that it's richness, which I agree. I have been enriched to a certain extent because I have managed to create my own concoction of uniqueness. I'm not in a box. I am not French, and I am not Malagasy. I am me. I have taken the best of both worlds. But I believe that it has its limitation in the dating field, because I feel that I have fallen between two stools, and it hurts. If you are mixed-race or bicultural like me, imagine if you were born and grew up in one place only. You would have one clear origin. You would have similar physical attributes to the native people. You would speak the same language, which would allow you to bond more easily and with more people, with everyone. And you would bond around a common culture because you would share the same history, same musical taste, artistic tastes. You would laugh around the same cultural jokes, share the same wisdom. You see how belonging to one community, one culture, makes things, relationships easier and smoother because it creates a sense of belonging. You would be fully integrated. You would belong 100% to one community because you are fully aligned with your native environment, and you would flourish your best. And I would like to share an example of the struggle of being bicultural. When I used to work in the office in the past, I remember once I wanted to talk to the top management who used to work in the top floors. And so I take the elevator, and when the doors open, at my great surprise, I only see white heads. And I was like, where am I? Like, allegedly, we are in the 21st century, and I thought racism belonged to the past. And it was literally the cliche of top management in the top floors, white people only. And the more you go down the floors, the more you see a gradient of skin color. And guess who works at the bottom of the pyramid? Who cleans your toilets? So I'm sorry to say that according to that example, the reality is I am not French, and I am not Malagasy either. Because when I travel over there, it's clear that I have a clearer complexion than the indigenous people. And so people view me differently. They view me like, oh, that girl, she comes from over there. And so it's hard to feel Malagasy when people don't make you feel Malagasy. So I'm not 100% Malagasy, nor 100% French. And so you kind of belong nowhere. And honestly, that sucks. And so how does it translate in the dating world? You can see how easier it would be to find a spouse if you belong to one place, one race, because it would open a way, because you would be fully in tune with your environment. Whereas cultural difference induces resistance and hindrance in your love life. Globalization, immigration have created dichotomy in the individual, complexity that translates into complexity in modern dating. So in other words, dating was better before. Yeah. To end this video, I would like to share a few proofs of what I'm saying. Number one, language barrier. I've shared this in a previous video where one of my exes, one of the reasons why we split it is because I don't speak Malagasy fluently, and it tired him out to speak French with me. So you can see, language barrier, resistance. A second example would be cultural difference can induce lifestyle difference. The same ex that dumped me, we were complete opposite, so different, because he was so chill. He had inherited the slow down lifestyle of Madagascar, when I am very disciplined. So we were very frustrated because that relationship required too much effort, too much adaptability from both sides. Again, adaptability, constraint. A third example, if you are Indian, for example, and you were to find your spouse in India when you live, for example, in England, you would need to make sure that that person chooses you, not for your money, not for your papers, but for you. So you would need to build a relationship of trust first. And the last example would be about core values. If you come from Africa, you know about big families. We can have up to 4 to 10 children. When in the West, they value small families, 1 to 2 kids. Even further, they don't value commitment or marriage as much. And so you see, if you were to be in an interracial couple, it would require compromise. And so between compromise, adaptability, the need for trust, language barrier, and so the learning curve, you can see how modern society creates resistance in modern dating. It slows down the love life process. Whereas if you belong to one place, one race only, there would be fewer variables. You would remove the big cultural variable that would ease the probability of matching. Now, how do I solve that? How do I deal with that dichotomy, with that challenge of modern dating? To not make that video long, if you'd like me to help you solve that side of the modern dating matrix, if you are either mixed race or bicultural, multicultural, please subscribe to my newsletter, the Modern Dating Matrix newsletter, so I can come back to you through email, because there is one key, I guarantee it. If you like this topic, please like this video and also subscribe to my channel, because we will continue to solve the modern dating matrix in future videos. And until then, please watch one of those 2 videos where we tackle all the challenges of modern dating. I see you there. Bye.